This is our nightly kick-around of all things World Cup. Peter Welton, Andy Swift, and Lars on World Cup Kick-Around. Brought to you by Pantalones Organic Tequila, The Wolf of Wall Street, and Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
Here is Bob. Oh, what a lovely ball that is. Into Berg. No, surely. Of course. Of course. The definition of inevitable. It's been a long, long time in coming by his supremely high standards. But finally, Norway have fed their number 9.
Welcome to World Cup Kick-Around and our coverage of Match Day 20. Hey, we're getting up there for Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket. You can find out all the details about how to listen to the show via podcast, streaming, broadcast. We've got it all ready for you. It's right there waiting for you. Just go check it out on our website, thekickaround.com. I'm here. To my left, he's there. The world's most interesting man, Andy Swift.
Happy Norway Day, Peter.
Happy Norway to you.
Oh, yeah.
And listen to him over there. That is
I've
the
been waiting for you to
happy,
introduce him.
overly emotional tones of your favorite
Gratulerer,
Norwegian, Lars Sivertsen.
Because we have about 5 Norwegian listeners. Gratulerer alle sammen. Nå er vi I gang, vet du. Hos oss. Yeah, thank you so much. What a day. What a day. It's our first ever knockout win in a World Cup. It's pretty incredible. In any tournament, because we haven't been to the Euros. So we did finish third in the Olympics.
I just feel like it's all coming up, Lars.
We finished third in those slightly unfortunate pre-war Olympics in the 30s, which was a big thing for us. But no, in modern times, this is just next level for us. Absolutely incredible.
Andy, how great was that today?
Just being at a World Cup game was awesome,
Yeah.
but being there for Norway with Lars was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It was extremely stressful, is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to see all sides of Lars. Happy Lars, stressed Lars, sad Lars.
They
mad
probably
Lars.
look like more similar than most people would imagine because I am a Nordic person, but, I do
Thankful
get vaguely
Lars.
emotional.
Thankful Lars, dreamy Lars.
Yeah, we'll talk about the game itself in a little bit, but just to catch everybody up, Lars not only went to the game today to watch his team play and win its first knockout game, as he said, but Andy and I got to go as well. Well, actually, Andy was already going for all the obvious connections, but I got to tag along.
You kind of forced yourself into the car as we were pulling off.
Yeah, well, I was designated as Lars' official support animal today, so he had to take me in. I had to wear a little
Put
wear a
Peter
little
under
holster.
my arm there and just carry him around.
Little
Give
holster,
him an occasional squeeze.
and the whole bit. Don't pet me. And so. So we got to go and walking into the stadium, going to Texas Live beforehand, and I swear the entire population of Norway was inside Texas Live today. It was
Singing.
It was good.
Unbelievable.
It
It was
was
10:30 in the morning on a Tuesday, and that place was as bonker. I mean, I've never been in it before, but I can't imagine what that place must be like at a 10:30 at night.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was And here's the other observation, Lars, because a lot of the commentary about the sizable fan groups, the Dutch, the English, the Argentines, is that they're all actually like associated Americans with allegiances to those countries and not like the original hardcores from those countries. Yeah. I'm telling you, dude. It was all legit Norwegians in that place because it was nothing but that crazy language you guys.
We've all long shipped over here. They've all come. No, it's about 5,000 I think in the country who have estimated in Dallas, which is a good size, and I reckon most of them were at Texas Live before the game.
Boy, that was remarkable.
Did you see Lars just taking it in when they're all singing?
Yeah.
What was the song they were singing in there?
We put on Alt for Norge, which is one of the rejoin ones we've got. The slow jam one.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice.
That is kind of our main.
The Tom Jones sound-alike kind of guy.
That's our main supporter anthem, I'd say. And then the punk rocky one is a little bit more upbeat. That's our actual goal music. If you were at the stadium, you might have recognized that from the show.
We heard it twice today.
Yeah. That's the one we play. But that and the slow one are our two main supporter anthems.
So the walkout of the teams and the anthems. That's kind of a big deal in international soccer. It's one of my favorite parts of going to a game, no matter who's playing, not just my team.
And this new setup is awesome.
Yeah, the big flag. But when it's your team, it's extra special. And Lars, that was the first time for you in a World Cup match, being there for the walkout, the anthem. Is that like a goosebump?
No,
moment?
it massively is. It's one of those things you don't. Again, I'm not from a country that qualifies every time, so it's not something you really expect to. It's 28 years without us taking part, so you're not really expecting ever experiencing that. To be honest, it's quite something, and I was very moved to see again just how many Norwegians had made the trip. They were on the opposite end of the stadium to me, but that's not the important thing. Like, the important thing was being there.
We were actually in an area with a lot of the Ivory Coast fans,
right.
and they were great.
Yeah.
The Hardline said this. I think it was when Corby was talking about his experience going to a game, and he said something that is kind of spot on. At World Cup matches, no matter who's playing, and it might be a little different now in the knockouts, people are a little bit more on edge, but everybody is so happy just to be in the building and to be a part of a World Cup match. Yeah. No matter what the result is, no matter what country you were rooting for, people are just happy to be in there.
Yeah. After the game, I was wearing an old Norway shirt somebody had given me years ago, and a guy from the Ivory Coast, as he was getting out of our section and walking past, he was like, "Great game. You guys played really, really well. Congratulations. Good luck in the next round." And Andy's like, "He's not Norwegian.
Why would you
ruin that beard?"
What we should have done in retrospect is asked you what the proper pronunciation for thank you is in Norwegian, so that then you could say that. Just fake it. Yeah,
thank you.
Lykke-til.
No, that was thank you and good luck. So, tusen takk.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thanks so very much.
Start my Norwegian. Is there a hot Norwegian woman teaching Norwegian on Instagram?
Almost
like the Swedish
definitely.
One?
I feel like we have a pretty healthy supply of hot women in my country, and they all have camera phones, so I'm sure that is a thing that exists. No, but there's something exquisite about the tension of a World Cup knockout game that isn't really comparable to, I think, anything in your sports. Maybe the hockey guys at the Olympics, you really get into that. But that sense, because you have this sense of, even if your team's in a playoff in American sports, you get this, every ball can be decisive, every mistake could be the end of it. But you know they're coming back in a couple of months, like there'll be another season. But with the World Cup, at best, it's 4 years. And if you're a smaller country like ours, there's absolutely no guarantee you're there in 4 years.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point.
So the tension
100%.
there is, like, you are aware it's a pretty good chance this is a once-in-a-decade thing at best.
That is a fantastic point for those that follow American sports. We are used to it. Like, okay, you lose Game 7 in the playoffs,
okay,
whatever
we
sport.
go again next spring.
We got, in 4 months we
We
go
reward
at it again.
we reward failure in our country, I'm told repeatedly.
Oh, we do?
We don't need to open that can of worms.
Oh,
right
okay,
now,
okay. That's between you boys. And
But my point is
but your point is awesome because, it's every 4 years, and you may not get back for another 30 years.
I keep saying it.
Yes.
It is 28 years since the last time we were at a World Cup, any World Cup.
Yes.
And so you want it to keep going.
Yes. So any mistake the player makes, but also a goal is that much more important as well. So it did, and this is again,
like, look at the Italians. They haven't been in like ages, right?
I know. And we got to go, but let me say this, because Corby was mentioning this. Bob's talked about it earlier on their show. I just want to repeat this as being somebody that was in the stadium again, sitting in a completely different place than I did the other time, which was much higher up in a much kind of different overview of the field compared to the first time. Man, Jerry World is amazing. And it's not my favorite venue in the world, but for the World Cup and whatever they've done to change it has been tremendous. Yep. And that field, they have now played 6 games of soccer on that field, and it looks just as nice as it did when I went out there for the press event.
It'll look the best for the semis because it's still they're growing the field inside the stadium. So the more time we have, the better it'll get.
And the crazy part of all this is if there's one field in the tournament that's not looking good and getting criticism, it's the place that Infantino insisted they play the final in, which is New York. And I still don't know why that field isn't growing well or showing well. I don't know what the story is over there, but Jerry World looks amazing. And other comment. If I had told you 5 years ago that there was going to be a soccer game at Jerry World on a Tuesday at noon featuring an African country and a Scandinavian country, you'd go, what, like 5,000-6,000 people are going to show up? Packed.
Yeah.
Just under 70,000 people today, and that really blew me away today. That was unbelievable.
World Cup, man. World Cup. It
Congratulations.
Thank
Lars.
you.
You ready to talk about the game itself?
No, really, but let's do it.
We'll pick into Lars's analysis of
Okay.
Norway
We're
2,
very good.
Ivory Coast 1. And before we do that, we got to do Andy's nightly World Cup quiz question.
All right, so we are going to talk about Morocco and Netherlands, I'm assuming, right? That great match from
my
last
gosh.
night.
I
Okay,
can't
so
wait.
Morocco advances in a very close game
Shoot
with the
the
Netherlands.
heroin in my arm.
They are showing, Lars, that they are the class of Africa right now, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Morocco is. And they
Very
reached the
impressive team.
semifinals in the last World Cup, the first African team to do so,
Yes.
to reach the semifinals. And they're on the path again to do some great things in this World Cup. But which African nation was actually the first one to ever reach the round of 16 of a World Cup? Now that Morocco has advanced to the round of
Nigeria?
16, which country was the first African one to reach the round of 16 of a World Cup? And the hint for you, if you want a hint, is someone who played in MLS scored a goal in that round of 16 game that this African team played in. The first one to reach the round of 16.
I see.
Okay? So that's today's trivia.
You want to repeat the question?
Yes, which African nation was the first one ever to reach the round of 16 of a World Cup? And the hint is that someone who played in MLS scored a goal in that round of 16 game. Finland?
No,
No,
Finland.
they're not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would not
Andy,
be.
no, it's
is that
not
your
Finland.
guess, Peter?
No.
Okay. 'Cause-
You said it, not
I
me.
do have a guess.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so there's Andy's World Cup question of the day. We will answer it at the very, very, very last moment of the show because, well, you know why. We'll take a break when we come back. Norway 2, Ivory Coast 1, next on World Cup Kick-Around. As promised earlier today over at thekickaround.com, the super cool round of 32 bracket version of the Kit Cup launched successfully. So if you'd like to go check out the Kit Cup and do the abbreviated, just the knockout stage version, it's up and ready for you to play for free. And you can still do the whole original one still if you'd like to. And you can find all that at thekickaround.com. So there.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, what, Andy?
Before we actually talk about the game, I'm not going to be able to chime in too much because I had to run around a little bit during the match.
know you.
But one of the coolest moments for me and fans
Was the hug, the show hug after the game?
that was the most special.
There was a
obviously.
kick around.
Obviously, that
There
was
was
that
a kick
goes
around
without
hug.
saying.
It happened.
No. So those that have been following the World Cup around town and the news and things associated with it, we're all now well versed in the Norwegian rowing exercise. What do they call it? The row? Is that the name of it? Just the row?
Ooh.
Did you see? I'm sure you did. At the end of the match, like typically, the stadiums will play. All teams gave FIFA a song that they would want played, or a couple of songs that they want played after their matches, in case they win the game and they can sing it with their fans. And I think Norway gave FIFA a song, but their second request was that no song be played, because then they bring the drum down.
Yeah, so we can do the woo.
And the captain,
Yeah.
you say it much better
Martin
than
Ødegaard.
you say it so eloquently and well and accurately. He takes the drum, sets off to the side. The rest of the team get in rowing position in front of the thousands of Norwegian fans
It
behind
was
the goal.
remarkable. It was so amazing.
And then he leads the drum,
Yes.
the boom.
Yeah.
boom. And then the whole stadium joins because they've brought all sound down. And not only that, the players, they all try to get the stadium to quiet down.
Yeah.
So Ivory Coast needed to get out their last, the team was thanking their fans. They let that happen. And then when they were done with that, they started which is kind of cool too,
That was
the
cool,
teams
yeah.
respected each other.
Yeah.
It's just World Cup, man. World Cup.
And I thought I was obviously busy with my own things, mentally and emotionally. But in hindsight, the Ivory Coast fans really did a nice job saluting their players. There was a nice moment before
Sure,
we were
yeah.
doing our whole
Yeah.
thing where the players were kind of there and they were beaten and sad, and they got a lot of positive energy from the fans because they were not bad today, Ivory
No.
Coast. We'll get to that.
It was a remarkable night, and I'm not sure which was the bigger, cooler moment, the amazing, world-class, nearly perfect Amad Diallo goal to tie the game, or after the game when Erling Haaland appeared on Jerry's giant television in all white with the Viking helmet on, standing there with his hands on his hips like a superhero.
With the biggest grin.
With the biggest smile. That was so cool. I don't know. Anyway, the game was amazing. It was funny. After the game, I got a couple of tweets from people insisting that the Ivory Coast deserved to win that game. And I was thinking, man, I was at that game. I thought that game was wildly even.
And the XG, I think, is quite heavily in Norway's favor, but that's because we had a couple of really big chances from set pieces that probably had a high, numerical value. I told you guys last night that I kind of deep down thought we would win. I felt that throughout the entire game, but at the same time, like we also talked about last night, we had troubles down the flank all the time. Like every time Ivory Coast attacked with their wingers, I thought we were in trouble. Our right back, our reserve right back in particular, had an iffy day because he's just not the best defender in the world.
You told me to watch out before the game. That poor kid.
He is definitely not the best defender in the world, and that's not his fault. He put in a good shift. He ran a lot, but against Diallo, he was struggling, and I think a lot of fullbacks in Europe are going to struggle against Diallo over the next 10 years. So it felt dangerous almost every time Ivory Coast attacked, at least to me. Maybe that was my nerves being a bit frayed, but I never felt we were in control of this defensively in any way.
But you brought up a really good point about the fact that they had not started Diallo and had Jan Diamante out there, and they almost set themselves up and to favor you not to poke at your defense as hard as you thought they would.
Yeah, so what they did in the group stage is that they had 2 central midfielders and then 3 wingers essentially, because Pepe, Ahmad, and Diallo all started, and you had 3 good runners on the ball running at people, and that's the thing that kind of freaked me out a little bit. That's not something we're gonna enjoy playing against.
Lars before he was in full tactical Lars mode. It was awesome.
This is how I deal with nervousness.
I was getting a full brief right before the game and as the game started.
It was your stress mechanism, right?
Yes, definitely. And I was just I talk when I'm nervous. This is how we deal with this. They did that against Curaçao anyway, and I saw that setup and thought, oh no, that's going to be bad for us. But they brought in an extra central midfielder. They were showing us a lot of respect there, I think, and wanted an extra guy in there to try to stop us from playing. And I understand the logic behind that, but I think it was a mistake because I think our vulnerabilities are at the back. And when they ran at us, it was scary. And we really didn't play great in the first half in terms of us creating chances in open play. And it was very classic. Anyone who's seen this Netflix documentary about our qualifying campaign, or indeed listened to us on the KickAround, I've said this a bunch of times. Antonio Nusa is the guy who pops up when we're struggling to make anything happen. Our left winger, Antonio Nusa, will just go, oh, hang on, I'll just dribble a guy and put it in the top corner. And he did that multiple times in qualifying. And that goal was so classic him. I'm only surprised that he hasn't done it before this in the tournament, because he is brilliant.
Goal. And it was right in front of us, too. Yeah. It was a great place to be for that particular goal. It was fantastic. Diallo's goal, as I said earlier, might go down as one of the 2-3 best goals of the tournament. It was such a dribbly finish kind of thing, really electric, and really changed the mood in the stadium. But as I talked about with you guys afterwards, this was the first time I'd ever seen Erling Haaland play in person. And I've always heard the bit that he's just the guy. It's like the Nike commercial where he just sits there with Channing Tatum and it's like, wait, no, don't do anything. No, you don't do anything. Just wait. And as the game just dragged on, he was just standing there doing nothing. It was remarkable. It was so weird. And I began to realize, wait a second, he's doing the Messi bit.
Yeah.
He's doing the Messi thing where he just puts a team to sleep, and then Haaland happens, and then it did.
The misdirection.
Yeah, no, there were several. I was thinking about this as well. I do wonder if he sort of... Because there were several situations where we were in good crossing positions and he just wasn't making a move in the middle to put himself in a position to... And I wonder if he just kind of analyzes and wants defenders to relax a little bit and forget about him and just waits for the time when he sees a move he thinks is promising developing. And then he just goes, this is the go time.
And that's exactly what happened on the goal, because Bob starts the play, and then Berg, all the defenders oh, we need to go to that. And they totally leave Haaland by himself. himself.
Yeah.
He hasn't been doing anything all game. Don't worry about
Right,
him.
he's not, it's crazy, and I think he's kind of figured out Messi's weird little mental trick, Jedi trick or something.
The setup, total setup, man.
Yeah, it was great. The scenes were fantastic. Lars, I'm so happy for you.
I want to take a minute to talk about Patrick Berg if we have time. Because
About what?
Patrick Berg, the guy who had the assist for this
I'm going to
goal.
say this is an American. Patrick Berg. is
you
what
can
he's
say
saying.
Patrick Berg. That's okay. Because he, for me, was the best player on the field, in my opinion, certainly the best Norwegian, and his story is worth dwelling on a little bit. He's the captain of Bodø Glimt in the Norwegian league, so he doesn't play in the Premier League or in France or
North of the Arctic Circle.
Yes.
he plays in the Norwegian league. He's the third generation footballer. Like both his father and grandfather also played for Bodø Glimt. They're his hometown club. The two of his uncles played for the team as well, so they're a real football dynasty there. And he's been a very regular player for the team in qualifying. But then for the tournament, Fredrik Ausnes, a midfielder for Benfica in Portugal, came out of international retirement. He had stepped away from the international scene a couple of years ago because he was feeling burned out.
Is that the bald guy?
Yes.
Okay.
He stepped away because he felt burnt out. And when we qualified for the World Cup, he said he didn't demand to come back, but he said, listen, if you want me, I'm available, but I understand. Like, he was very sort of, I'm here.
Yeah.
And he was called up, and Patrick Berg, who's the heartbeat of Bodø Glimt and their European adventures, suddenly lost his spot because the guy who hadn't even played in qualifying was available again.
Well, that's not fair.
And that is, I think the remarkable thing is that he didn't sulk, he didn't complain. He was like, no, all right, boss, like, let me know when you need me, and I'll give you what I got. And during the course of this tournament, he's basically played his way back into the team because he's looked good whenever he's been on the field, and Ausnes hasn't quite lived up to the billing. And so Ståle Solbakken, being a very good coach, rewarded him with a start in this crucial game for us, and he was the man of the match, which I think it kind of tells you a lot. Like, it's not just about Holland, not just about Ødegaard. The thing that makes this team great is that you have squad guys who can contribute and are really humble and hardworking, and it's just great.
So I literally got like a brief version of that exact story about 5 minutes before the game.
Yeah.
Peter, watch this guy. Here's his story.
It's just
He
incredible.
called it.
And by the way, the bald midfielder that you talked about ended up having to come in and played right back, and he was great.
So he's been playing under Mourinho at Benfica, and Mourinho loves him because he's a really intelligent guy who you can put in multiple positions on the field, and he's smart. He'll follow instructions. He's a really good player. But I'm so delighted that the coach identified what an asset Patrick Berg had been and put him back in the team. And so
you know what the coach's reward is for all this? Getting to prepare for Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil.
Congratulations, Lars. You
Hey,
get to go play.
listen. We've never lost against Brazil. We played them 4 times. We've never lost.
Done. Okay.
Bring it on.
Yep. Well, there you go.
We're the only team that's played Brazil multiple times that hasn't lost against them.
It's kind of freaky, remarkable.
Bring
isn't
it.
Yes.
Bring it, Ancelotti.
By the way, Erling Haaland in the first half, 8 touches of the ball, 1 pass.
Okay.
But he was pressing a fair bit in the first half, I thought. He was chasing some
Ivory
things.
Coast had 4. I didn't realize this. They had 14 corners, and it did feel like they didn't do anything with any of those. Crazy.
A lot of mishits. Yep.
Man, the Ivory Coast fans were really cool. I really enjoyed all
and a lot
them.
of them, too. A lot more than
Yes.
I expected to see. For
Really,
sure.
really sweet people, and were really kind. One of them wanted to trade shirts with me.
I saw, but it was too small, right? The jersey.
Plus, I think he wanted a newer one, and I'm like, go find somebody that's got a newer one. You don't want this one. You want a newer one. So
You're such a kind World Cup fan.
I really am.
To those coming from abroad.
I'm a good World Cup human to the world, Andy.
What a host you are. Thank you. We thank you, Peter, for your hospitality. It makes us look good. Makes us here in this region look good.
Okay, let's figure out all together how in the world anybody beats France, and we'll talk about that next and discuss it on World Cup Kick-Around. Mexico, Ecuador, which I can't believe I'm saying this, may end up being the actual game of the day, is about to kick off at the top of the hour on Fox. In the Azteca, it's like 60 degrees, a little rainy. I think this is going to be an amazing game, Andy.
It will, and I'm wondering if we can change our score now that we know it's raining from what we said last night. Are we allowed to do that?
No.
Okay. Fine.
No.
Fine. I'd still stick with what I have, but I'm giving you guys a chance.
Oh, wait, you don't think we're confident in our
I don't
score?
know. You know, we're allowed to change it up to game time.
Okay. Well,
I know we kind of finished the Norway segment, but let me just interject.
You know what? All
I have a
Norway all
stat.
the time. That's okay. This is Norway Day.
This is from Up to Joe on X. In his last 13 games for Norway, Erling Haaland has scored in all of them. He scored in 13 straight games, a total of 5 goals in the last 13.
Anything else?
This is unhinged.
It is.
What a guy.
It is unhinged.
He's also just posted a photo of himself in a cowboy hat here in Dallas somewhere. So,
So, Lars, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Apologies to Paraguay because we watched France disassemble Sweden today. What did that end up being?
3-0.
Almost the 4 that I
Mbappe
had in
had-
our prediction game. But
All right. So
I had the 3-0, thank you. Mbappe with 2 goals. He's amazing.
we love OptaJoe stats.
Okay.
And right now in the OptaJoe Twitter, let me just read a couple to you. Dembele and Mbappe have combined for 6 goals in the World Cup, which is more than any other duo in the competition over the last 60 years.
6-0.
France has scored 53 goals in the World Cup since the 2014 edition, which is 16 more than any other team in that same period. And the next one is Kylian Mbappe. At the time they put this, they said scored 9 goals in 9 knockout stage games at the FIFA World Cup, now the most of any player. And then he scored another one.
Yeah.
He's now at 10.
Yeah. So, Messi broke the record here in Arlington.
And now he's 1 behind?
Yeah, or whatever it is.
18 and 18, something like that?
But if things play out as they should, I'm getting ahead of things, but if France comes here to play the semi, Mbappe could then break the record here again, and we could have it broken twice
yes.
in our venue.
One more stat. Michael Olise, who I think quietly is the real star of this team, 5 assists in this tournament. The only player in World Cup history with more assists in one tournament, Andy Swift.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're asking me?
I'm asking you a trivia
Maradona.
question. Oh, hold on. Wait a sec. I get to do this to you finally. Where is it?
Because Maradona had about 4 in 86
It
or
would
5.
be Pelé,
Oh,
in
Pelé.
the 1970
World Cup.
World
Yeah.
Cup, yes.
Hey,
Thank you, Opta.
Go
ahead,
So
sorry.
no. It's just this. By the way, who almost scored the goal of the tournament? The bicycle that hit the pole,
Elise.
the
Oh my
post.
God,
yeah, Elise.
so nuts.
Did it seem to you, or just me? Was it just me that this was like basically a no stress training session for France? I mean, one thing is to go out and work hard to beat a team 3-0. They weren't even. They were at 60%. It seemed like.
Can I also point out that the weather in New Jersey today was brutal? It was 90 degrees. The wet bulb temp was off the charts, and I was shocked how they did not appear to be
unfazed
by it at all.
They were unfazed. Sweden was. And so the question, you asked it before we went to break, how do you beat this team? And sorry, Paraguay, I don't think they have what you need to beat this team, but it's the defense, right? It just hasn't been tested. We really haven't seen, and that's the one perhaps weakness they may have, Lars. And so who's the team? I guess they would get Morocco. That would be a team that
that's where they may be. I mean, we lost 4-1, but what I took away from our B team playing France is that we actually created a fair bit, which made me think, okay, when they come up against a good team, what will that look like? It might not matter, because that Olise, Mbappe, and Dembele triumvirate might just score 4 or 5 goals almost every time they play. I mean, they're unbelievable. But when you look at Morocco, the thing I think is interesting, and we've got to give you some co-credit for this, Andy. You also pointed this out earlier. Morocco's probably most potent attacking avenue is down the right with Hakimi, who's an incredible attacking right back for Paris Saint-Germain at club level. That's the left side of France is where I'm not totally sold. They've got Lucas Digne playing on left back from Aston Villa. He's a good attacking left back, but he's not the best defender in the world. And those great attackers they have, like Bradley Barcola, I don't think he loves tracking back. They've put Rabiot on that side of midfield. He's got a great engine, so he can come down and help out a little. But it's the left side of France's defence, I think, is a little vulnerable. We saw Oscar Bob have a lot of joy against them in that Norway game. So I wonder if Morocco can maybe try to attack them down there a little bit. But again, the problem is, and how do you keep them out? Because those forwards are so good.
I was just going to suggest a team of Vinnie Jones and Roy Keanes.
Maybe you could
physical them out of the game.
Since we're kind of inventing new rules at this World Cup with the hydration breaks and everything, maybe we could just kind of release some wild animals at some point just to see what that does.
The team
We've already got a link to the zoo, they can kind of help out with this.
The team that looks the best after about 4 games doesn't always win the World Cup.
It's true.
But
It's Buzzkill Andy.
no, hold on. But I don't think a team has looked the best since 2002, that Brazil team. So it's been a while since
But here's the thing about France. Have we seen them really play a significant foe yet?
Well, that's the point.
I think
It's a
Senegal
foe
are pretty good.
A foe that can score goals.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. You're right. I mean, as much as the Scandinavians have a bit of a sibling rivalry going on, we do love each other.
What a day for Lars.
Yeah, broadly speaking,
Norway wins, Sweden
that's
don't.
what I'm getting at. We love each other, but we like niggling each other a little bit.
Oh, it's
and we
the
annoy each
friendly
other.
rivalry.
Yeah, it's more
The
like
friendly
that's why
derby.
I'm saying it's a sibling rivalry. Like we have more in common than not, but we also like biting at each other a little bit. I will say I will not make fun of any Swede because France could have easily done that to us as well. They're just so good, and it's just you come up against this team, it's brutal.
Yeah, there were moments in time where they were just purring, and it was unbelievable.
It was no stress training. I'm telling
really,
you, man.
yeah.
That's how they were.
Because Sweden just couldn't keep up with them. They just get going.
And Sweden wore down with the elements.
And
too.
if you haven't seen it, do try to find the Michael Elise non-goal because that would have been one of the great World Cup goals of all time. It's just a sudden bicycle kick from range that hits the root of the post. That nuts.
But that slicing pass of his to Mbappe for the second goal, where he's on the run and puts that perfectly vertical splitting pass to him.
Is that hard?
Well, I mean,
No,
here's
I'm
the
kidding.
thing. No, I get the joke, but the reason why I get frustrated is everybody goes all gaga over Mbappe's finish, which is really, really good.
Yeah.
But the real gold in that play is that pass.
And this seems like a game changer. I've said it before. I'll keep saying it. I don't think since Giroud retired, because they had a strange bond, but since that, I don't think France have had a teammate in attack that he's really bonded with and been on the same frequency as much as he has with Olise right now, and it is absolutely terrifying.
Well, they've got Paraguay next. Congratulations, Paraguay, for your big victory over Germany. You get to play
Let's
France.
try, though. It becomes a very different game. I mean, they're going to sit back with 5 defenders and 4 midfielders and give France absolutely zero space. So that's going to be a very different situation.
Kick them hard.
But the problem is, you look at the first goal they scored, there was no space there either. Mbappe just suddenly kind of went.
This is the game where if you have an Mbappe, then you have a moment, and that's how you win.
I wonder if you start Ryan Cherky in that one, actually. That would be a big call. But yeah. Anyway, I'm getting into the weeds. We need to move on.
Real quick before we go, we do need to make mention of last night's thing that happened after we were done, which was the Netherlands and the Moroccans. We watched most of this game together across the street, and man, what I mean, again, I'm blown away by the overflowing awesomeness that we're getting with this tournament. That game was remarkable last night.
It was, but ultimately, Morocco had the initiative. I mean, I'm glad they won their PK shootout because I think ultimately they were the deserving winner.
Yeah, I'm reading a lot of people really freaked out about how the Dutch were set up in this overly defensive system, and that maybe Koeman was like betrayed the Dutch by setting them up with 5 in the back, Lars.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'll have been a discussion. Not necessarily even the 5 at the back, but the very sort of reactive and negative approach. They had like no possession here. This is a team going very much against their natural national football culture, and when you do that, you better win because no one's going to have a lot of patience with you when you don't. They just offered nothing in this game.
Hey, we haven't seen the Dutch that we know in a long, long time.
That's a good point.
I don't
That's a
think
good
they've
point.
beaten a top 20. I saw the stat. I don't know if you saw it. Top 20 or 24 team in the rankings in like 10 years.
And this is, but I'm old enough. I'm the youngest person here, but I'm old enough to remember the 2010 final when they made that run to the final in South Africa. Yeah. And I remember clearly that there was this big psychodrama at home in Holland because that was a really destructive team as well. They had Nigel de Jong and Mark van Bommel in midfield, who's lunatics who were running out and kicking everyone.
Is that the karate chop game?
Yes, that's the game where
karate kick games.
Yeah. When was it de Jong who put his studs straight into the chest of Alonso, and van Bommel should have been sent off several times.
But Peter's friend Howard Webb just gave it yellow.
That's right.
The Netherlands Netherlands picked up.
Hey, Howard.
They picked up 8 yellow cards in that World Cup final. The Dutch did.
Shout out to Howard.
Disgraceful behavior. 8 yellow cards in the World Cup final is just not very good.
Yeah, no,
but the point is, I remember when that happened, and they got to the final, and they haven't won it, as you know.
Yep.
But there was a genuine debate in Holland. It's like, is this who we want to be? Do we want to win like this?
Well,
and here they are playing
that.
nothing ball, having 30% possession against Morocco.
Yeah, the other thing about Morocco...
Sorry, I said that in a disparaging way of Morocco. That's unfair of me and really wrong. Morocco are a very good team.
Yeah.
The incredible and also impressive thing about Morocco is the number of young players, the manager, who, by the way, won a Youth World Cup with a lot of these guys not too long ago, but brought them to this team, keeps putting them in these games, and they keep performing and all of that. Now, the penalties... By the way, are you aware that with all the misses in the PK session in this game, that is the most PKs missed in a World Cup game ever?
Wow.
In fact, of all the major tournaments, only one tournament has had more PK misses, and that was the Euro 2016s between Italy and Germany, which had 5 misses. This had 4.
Wow. Look at you dropping the World Cup stats. Nice.
But also, Yassine Bono,
Thank you.
the Moroccan goalkeeper, whose name is Bono, by the way, spelled slightly differently, but if you want to make YouTube puns, this is the time. He actually has a 25% save rate of penalties, which is very, very high. So he's one of the best penalty killers in the competition.
His cool little maneuver to save, I think it was Timber's hit, was really clever, where he kind of juked him to one direction.
Yeah.
It was great. What a game. What a game. Morocco now moves on to
he
play.
gave his opponents vertigo.
Canada.
Sorry, Andy.
Yeah.
How do you feel
It's
about
a beautiful
that
day
matchup?
for him.
Not very confident.
Lars, do you give Paraguay more chance against France or Canada a better chance against the Moroccans?
That's an easy one.
That's a difficult question.
No. You got to feel France is going to crush Paraguay, right? And Canada will stay in the game against the Moroccans.
I do feel
right?
that. I don't want to be contrarian against my own points. I mean, this is the level of contrarianism here. It just occurs to me that we haven't seen France up against a really tight defensive block yet. So maybe that stumps them, but I'm also not convinced. I'm not really convinced, and I think...
Have you checked out Canada's speed? Huh?
Yes, I have.
And their
Andy Swift.
athleticism?
Like maple syrup. All right,
Have
everybody.
you checked out our speed, eh?
We got to
Pretty good, Lars.
We got to take a break.
Sorry.
We're going to
the
take a
apology
break.
as
We'll
well.
come back and we'll do a lot of previewing, including USA, England, and Belgium next on the Kick Around. Oh, how appropriate. By the way, Lars's World Cup Spotify playlist is up. We tweeted it out yesterday. I'll repost it.
Absolutely terrible songs on there. Feel free to get in there and enjoy.
Everybody,
way to sell it.
But this one's on it too, and this is the
This
best
is
one.
good. Yeah, that's
Yes.
true. This is one of the few actually good songs in there. I asked a French colleague of mine, who is himself a musician of some renown, to come up what is in the sort of cringe but also strangely interesting, what's the terrible music you guys have, and he added Tous Ensemble, which was recorded by Johnny Halliday for the 2002 World Cup, and I quote, "may be the worst abomination perpetrated in that competitive field," according to my friend. So check out Tous Ensemble by Johnny Halliday.
And
You
Philippe
will instantly regret it.
And Philippe has a fine taste in music, so if he says it's crap, it's crap,
Exactly
right? All right, we got a lot to handle because tomorrow is obviously USA Bosnia. We got plans for tomorrow, guys. So this is how the World Cup kick-around is going to go down tomorrow. We are going to be on at about 6:30-ish, sometime after the 6 o'clock hour. We're going to go on. We'll probably mix with the hardline for a little bit. And we'll do a pregame show leading up to kickoff at 7 o'clock. And then we will go away and, just like you, watch the game. And then we will be back immediately as soon as 90 minutes is up, 120 minutes, or God forbid PKs.
Peter, this is going to be a test of your broadcasting chops. One way or the other. You're going to be either super elated, right? I mean, this big moment.
The emotions are going to be overflowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lars, tomorrow we're gonna.
I'll be very stoic. I'll be back. Like it's been weird with me.
It's gonna be up to us
both yesterday and today.
Perhaps
at
least
giddy.
the first few minutes.
So we will be on the air doing a post-game show as soon as the thing is over, and we'll do that for an hour or so or whatever, and it'll be a lot of fun.
So if it's me hosting that, Peter will have had an incident of some description. And
we taking
have
callers?
to go and take time out.
No, I think we
callers?
learned from the last time we're not doing callers anymore. I think callers.
That was good.
Yeah, Lars liked it.
I enjoyed it.
And it's Norway Day, and Lars gets to have his way today, and he wants.
Oh, you want to do
tomorrow.
a caller today?
No, tomorrow.
There are plenty of Norwegians in Dallas. I don't know if they're listening.
Do a caller today.
So, U.S. Bosnia. By the way, I'm just going to say this. I keep saying this repeatedly everywhere I go. Please do not overlook Bosnia. They beat Italy to get here in the first place.
What about Herzegovina?
And those two.
Both of them.
Both of them, yes. Dallas, Fort Worth, Bosnia, Herzegovina, whatever. It's all a big deal. Don't overlook them. That is going to be an incredibly difficult game tomorrow.
Of course. It's the knockout rounds of the World
Ask
Cup.
Germany.
Yeah.
Ask the Netherlands.
Boom. Exactly.
Yes,
Bingo.
right.
Yep.
Yeah. Lars, you want to throw anything else about that game in?
Not really.
Okay. All right.
We're running late. We got to go.
I'm picking US 2, Bosnia 1.
Yep, that's what I have. 2-1.
2-0 US. I'm bullish on your behalf.
Oh.
This is good for us because
I believe in you.
Lars
guys.
always does well with these. We don't, but he does.
Okay, so then at 3 o'clock, the first game of the day is England and the Democratic Republic of Congo. That game is in Atlanta, so it's indoors.
Yes.
We just found out that Thomas Tuchel has confirmed that both Reece James and Kwanzaa are out for the game with injuries.
Lars, Peter, this is his pick to win it all. How you feeling about his pick at this moment?
Well, they're 3 right backs down.
Look like idiots.
So that's Tino Livramento has gone home. Reece James is injured because he's always injured, and Jarl Kwanzaa is also now injured. That means
what a shot.
A nation's lonely hearts turn to Jed Spence.
He came through.
And his face mask.
Yes. Which is not, I mean, when Thomas Tuchel took this job and started planning for the World Cup, you imagine you thought Jed Spence would be the knockout right back? This is where we're at.
But this is where depth matters, right?
It does. And as much as I diss him, he's a better right back than a lot of other ones in the tournament. I'll say that. And I think they'll do this. Like, it'll be ugly. It won't be convincing.
Oh, they'll do it, Lars.
No, here's the thing. I don't think it's one of those. I don't think it's one because it'll be again the Ghana Panama performance where they don't play well, but they do enough.
That's what I'm saying.
And the English press are all freaking out, but they go through.
I have 1-0 down. One of those games, they get a goal, they advance. You, Peter?
Well, now that you've said all that, I want to change the thing that I wrote down.
What did you write down?
Because remember, they're my team. Yeah. They're my pick.
What do you have, a 3-0
you're
spanking or something?
I have 3-1.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. That's a bit spicy.
It is a prediction.
Okay.
Lars?
I'll go 2-0 then. I like us to have slightly different. 2-0. It'll be a tight game, but once they get the first one, it opens up a little bit.
I think you're right.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm dying to know what Tuchel throws out as a lineup tomorrow. That's what I'm really fascinated to know.
Let me guess.
Because he's got Declan Rice back. I'm assuming Declan's going to be back.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Does he change up any of that other stuff in terms of, does he start Saka instead of what he's been doing?
Yeah, Saka Madueke is a tricky one. I mean, I think it'll be Spence right back. Trevor Chalobah is in the squad. I mean, I think Tuchel likes him quite a lot, but I think it'll be Spence. Konsa and Gehi probably, maybe Konsa and Stones because you're expecting to dominate possession, so maybe you have Stones in there for his passing ability. Nico Riley at left back, surely. Anderson and Rice, they'll probably start. Bellingham, I don't think they're doing Bellingham deeper again. I think he'll be Anderson and Rice. And then Rashford surely has to start over Gordon now. I think that discussion is over. So then it's Saka versus Madueke is a little bit of a tight call. Depends on Saka's fitness, and we don't know the answer to that.
Does Congo have any chance in this for you, Lars?
I don't. I mean, they've been pretty sound defensively in the group stage. Congo, they've defended all right. I mean, their back four is not bad. There's quite a lot of like Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back, and
that's right. Yeah.
Chancellor Mbemba, Masuaku, formerly of West Ham at left back. Like, there's some big club experience there, but they've
indoors,
just not.
AC.
Juan Vissa up front. This should be fine by England. Things are not breaking their way in terms of injuries, but they should get past.
Dixon has them 3-0, by the way.
Okay. confident.
And before we go on air tomorrow at 3 o'clock up in Seattle, it is Belgium and Senegal, which is the winner of this is whoever the winner of the U.S.-Bosnia
this
plays
is a big game, right?
in the next game. Weirdly enough, once again, two teams the U.S. has played like in the last 2 months or 3 months. So if the U.S. does win, they're going to play a team they just recently played.
Lars, we've been watching Belgium a lot together because they played that one late night game.
How much are we reading into the win against New Zealand? I'm thinking not that much.
Not that much.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have a 1-1 draw with Belgium winning in PKs in this one.
Ooh, okay. Because this is going to be Lars's lock, by the way. I'll keep it brief because I know we're running late. Lars's lock, by the way, today was both teams to score in Norway, Ivory Coast. Never in doubt.
The record improves.
We were simply never going to keep a clean sheet in that game. So that landed. I was shocked to notice on the betting markets that Belgium are quite significant favorites to go through, and I don't buy that based on the group stage performances. I think Senegal were actually really unlucky against us, and they were really good in the one half against France. So I think Senegal go through. The lock will be a draw or a Senegal win at full time, so not a Belgium win after 90. So either and for my that's actually priced up pretty interestingly at about 177 for decimal fans out there. And I think for the result, let's go. I don't want to go the same as you, Andy. I hate that.
Why?
Let's do.
You just don't want to be wrong, and that I'm always wrong.
Okay, when you put it that way, let's say 1-1.
Okay. But with Senegal advancing in PKs.
Yeah, but then again, Courtois in goal. Oh, I hate that.
That's why I have Belgium in PKs.
I hate your pick. Your pick is what I want.
You can pick it.
Okay.
I would be flattered. Lars, I would be flattered if on Norway Day you go with me.
I think you're right. I think a draw 1-1 and then Courtois to save their bacon in the shootout.
Peter,
I had it 2-2, and I have weirdly, because I forgot about Courtois, I have Senegal going through on PKs.
Well, Dixon has them winning outright 2-1 Senegal. So there you go.
That. I like that, Dixon. Punchy.
Yeah, crazy.
All right,
3 good games tomorrow.
None of us have faith in the Belgians. That's interesting.
No, exactly. Exactly.
And we all are confident that England will look like crap yet still win tomorrow.
Right.
We're all
football heritage,
pretty
my friend.
sure about
football
that.
heritage.
By the way, everybody should know we tweeted it this morning. The latest Hitler downfall clip in reaction to losing to Paraguay was done very quickly after the game, and it's every bit as hilarious as you want it to be. So make sure you go find that. All right, before we go for the evening. Oh, by the way, Mexico-Ecuador has been delayed due to lightning and weather in Mexico City. I wonder if there's an app on the internet that you could check just to check the weather at all 16
Who does this
World Cup
affect?
venues.
Since we have the show and we talk about these things, this helps Ecuador, I think.
What, the delay?
The rainy conditions, wet field, messing things up because home field advantage gets diluted with all these issues. The fans are, blah, blah, blah.
They're going to want to ugly the game up, and the weather helps them do that. And the weather may also affect the crowd quality, too, in terms of their mood and vibe and everything, because they're all, getting rained on and all that stuff. So, you're probably something to that. Right. Man, if Mexico bounces out in the early round again, and this time in the Azteca, losing its first World Cup game ever in the Azteca, that would be...
No, I have it as a draw. They would not lose the game, technically, and then
what did I say yesterday?
Ecuador advances.
I forgot what I said. What did I say? Do you remember?
Yeah, I have it if you want me to tell you. 2-1 Mexico.
I did. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Is it that time?
I had 1-0 Ecuador, I think.
I can tell you because I jot these down. You had 1-0 Ecuador.
All right. Before we go, I just want to put a plea out to anybody that was at Jerry World today. If somebody in Jerry World happened to capture a photo of the KickAround hug that happened after the game, please send that to us. We'll figure out a way to compensate you properly. I need a copy of the KickAround hug that took place after the game. No, sorry, that's right. It's time now.
If you want the answer, I don't have to. I mean, I don't want you want this pin.
Outro music before the quiz.
Okay,
is it because of the constant humiliation.
So here is the time for the quiz question because I don't know the answer.
Which African nation was the first ever to reach the round of 16 of a World Cup? Cup, the hint is that someone who played in that game played in MLS, and he scored a goal in that very round of 16 game. Do you want me to make it multiple choice for you guys?
No, I got something for this.
Yeah?
My brain has been working.
Okay. Then, Peter, you guess first.
I'm trying. I think I know the answer, but I'm trying to remember the name of the MLS player because I think that's the key to me figuring it out.
I don't know that.
No, that's not the question. It's just the
Okay,
team.
so here's my thinking if we have time for it.
Sure.
I know that Cameroon went far in 1990, and that was like the breakout moment for Africa. But I don't think it's Cameroon, because that would be wildly inconsistent with your whole thing. Also, they went to the quarterfinals, so someone must have gotten to the round of 16 before Cameroon got to the quarterfinals, so it's not them and it's not someone else. The fact that Morocco played yesterday is usually... So I'm just going to take a shot. I think it's Morocco. I think it happened before 1990. Because of the late development of African football, it can't have happened too early before 19. Let's say Morocco 1986.
Screw it. I'll just say Nigeria 02.
02?
Dixon, you have a guess as well?
Yeah, I think it's 02. I think maybe Cameroon.
Okay, so if it was 02, it would be Senegal, because they are the ones that got to the round of 16, but that's not the answer. Definitely not Nigeria.
Wasn't it the
02.
first one to get to that? Have I misunderstood?
The first one.
Yes. So
to
that
get to it.
Yes.
Morocco 1986.
Yes. Oh my God!
Lars.
It's happened.
Lothar Matthäus
It's
scored
happened.
for
I got
Germany
something right.
in the 88th minute.
It truly is Norway Day.
Here's your Norway Day.
This is
only
unbelievable.
fitting. There's your
I'm
pin,
getting-
Lars.
Wait, I just want to point out to everybody, here we are at the end of the show. Norway has won a knockout game. Sweden lost their knockout game, and Lars got the trivia question
I can't
correct.
believe we haven't had the Norwegian national anthem queued up for a moment like this.
Everything is coming up Lars today.
This is
Lothar
not the
Matthäus,
Norwegian national
remember
anthem.
him, Peter?
Yes.
He scored in the 88th for Germany. They went on to the final.
It's a very nice pin.
Yeah.
I got the pin.
Good
Do I
Lord.
keep it, or can Peter win it back?
No. It's up to you.
Peter's going to
Here's-
have to win another one.
I think this should
Hey.
go back and forth. But then again,
brilliant.
There's a lot
You
of
keep it
pens.
for now.
but
like
then
a
no one
trophy.
ever knows the answer. This was
Yeah.
a complete fluke.
You keep it like a trophy.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it.
What a day.
wear
What an
it.
absolute... World Cup is about
Putting it on
memories,
right now.
and I will
Boom.
never, ever forget today, everybody. I
pin
just
on
will
as
not
we
ever
speak.
forget it. Thank you, Lars. Congratulations.
Thank you, Peter. What a day.
Thank you, Dixon. Thank you, Andy Swift. And thank you, Dylan,
Hello
for
again.
running the board. P1s, man, this is so much fun. We hope you're enjoying it, too. We love and adore you. Talk to you tomorrow about 6:30 before the USA on The Ticket.